What were the engineers running from in Prometheus? A scene that has left many questions unanswered and more theories than you can imagine is the scene in which David activates a holographic recording. What we see is a group of engineers running along the corridor in the Juggernaut, seemingly panicking and in fear for their lives. One thing we must keep in mind when discussing what happened to the engineers in that temple is that they were indeed running from something. In the holographic recording, we see the final engineer looking back in fear. Something unseen approaching. The speed at which these massive humanoids were running and the level of technology they possess, we can speculate it must have been something very unnerving. One scene in Prometheus leads us to believe that the planetoid of LV-223 was in fact a weapons testing planet. We hear this from Yannick as he discusses it with Shaw. Most viewers generally put two and two together and simply assumed that the black goo mutagen had breached containment and they were running from an outbreak in another area. If, however, we look at the evidence at hand, this simply cannot be true. The engineers are in highly advanced forms of what we can assume to be spacesuits, pressurized and seemingly melded to their bodies. If the mutagen, which has an effect either from being airborne and on contact with the skin, had indeed broke containment, I highly doubt the engineers would be running simply from that. If this was a weapons testing facility, they would also have fail-safes in place in the event such a thing would take place, such as wearing these suits. What I propose is that they were running from something. We have only seen one temple, one group of black goo mutagen on an entire planetoid. We know that LV-223 has some level of indigenous life, as they have worms. I go back to my previous theory that what we see is in fact two warring factions of engineers. One, the creators, those that we see in the opening sequence to Prometheus, and the second, the ones running, the destroyers. I believe the destroyers had set out to destroy the opposing faction's creation, us, humans. The creators caught wind of this and approached the planetoid, which was where their opposition had been residing in secrecy, so as to weaponize the black goo substance, which the creators once used to create life. The creators approached, they battled, and potentially some of the mutagen got loose. This mutagen would then either find its way to other life forms on the planetoid, or an engineer, a creator, sacrificed himself and digested some of the substance in an effort to save his creations. He became something more, something ferocious, something mutated and aggressive, and chased the destroyers down and killed them. This could make sense when considering we later see bodies of engineers piled high, with chests burst open, heads exploded, and various other fatal blows. In unleashing the destroyer's weapon, the creators unwittingly became more. We know from Prometheus that the mutagen has a profound effect in a short time span, and we know the mutagen has an uncanny ability to mutate someone into something similar to that of the original xenomorph. So what do you think of my theory, guys? We're fast approaching Alien Covenant's release, and I have to say, with all the information coming out from the film, I absolutely cannot wait. It's looking like we're in for an absolutely incredible story. Let me know your thoughts down below though, and if you have any other theories, I'd be really keen to hear them. If you did enjoy this, then please consider leaving a like. It does help the channel out. And if you're new to the channel, then consider hitting that subscribe button, as I will be keeping you up to date on all things Alien and Predator. I also do breakdowns, character explained videos, and the news. I've been Mr. H, and until next time, I'll catch you in the comments section.